Here we go. All right, Betty. You came to see us how long ago?
2 months ago.
Okay. And the quick overview of what things you were not feeling well. There was other things going on in your life. Mentally, you didn't have good clarity. Tell us a little bit about that.
I was tired, didn't have any energy. I was just totally confused about what my future was going to look like. I was overweight, just didn't feel like doing anything. I had retired and had a lot of things that I wanted to do, but I just didn't have the energy or just didn't have any get up and go just to do them.
So life is sort of passing you by, and you're like a passenger there, right? You're not engaged at all.
Absolutely. I just wanted to do, but just couldn't do.
Right. And then we're going to go over your blood chemistry here in a second, but we did some blood chemistry, and you had some markers that were abnormal. Your cholesterol was high, your sugar was high, all these other things, right?
I was a wreck. I didn't realize, not realizing that your body can fall apart. You can be walking around, your body falls apart.
Well, if you don't take care of it.
Absolutely. You have to really, really take care of your body, because that's what's going to carry you around.
Right.
If your body falls apart, but you have nothing.
Right. You can't do the things you want to do.
You can't. You really can't. And you don't think about that. Your mind is telling you what you want to do, but if your body's not up with your mind, then you can't do anything.
That's true.
You can't do anything.
The spirit's willing, but the body's weak.
Your body is very weak, very weak, and you don't realize that.
So we did a couple things today. We actually put you on the scale when we came in today, and you screamed at me. I think it was a scream of joy. But
yes.
Tell me a little bit about that.
My short-term goal was to lose 20 pounds. To get below 200 pounds is my short-term goal, and I'm almost there.
Yeah, you're at what?
I'm at 203.
Yes.
203, and that's unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, wow, today it was just amazing, because I'm working hard and I see the light. I'm almost there, 203 pounds.
Then you have to set a new goal.
I do.
You better start thinking about that goal now, because you almost reached this goal.
I'm almost reached my short-term goal, and so I have to set another short-term goal. So I'm not looking at the long-term goal, because I'm going to get there, but my immediate goal has to be short.
Right, I agree.
It has to be short. I can't think about the long-term goal, because I have to take one meal at a time.
Right. And you said, now, a lot of people look at this and say, you know what, this is really hard to do. Okay? Would you say this is difficult? Other than changing your life, this isn't some crazy thing we're doing here, right? This is...
You know what? No, it's not, because we work hard at everything else. Work hard at taking care of a husband, of a children, of a significant other. And when you get those grandchildren, you just do everything for the grandchildren. Just do everything. And if we don't take care of our body, then we won't be around to see the results of what we're doing for the grandchildren. And so I decided to take all the effort that I was putting on everybody else to put it on me.
Right.
It's not, I just said, well, it's time for me to put all the effort on me. And it's hard, but then again, it's not hard, because you put that work on everybody else. So I decided to put it on me. I plan my meals.
But you plan to succeed.
Yeah, I do. It's when I go to bed at night, I know what I'm going to eat for breakfast.
Right.
Because sometimes I have to get out early, and if I don't plan what I'm going to eat, then I won't eat breakfast, and I have to eat breakfast. I know now.
You have to, correct.
I know now that I have to eat breakfast before I go anywhere. So for me now, breakfast is my number one priority. I don't care where I have to go. I said, no, I have to eat breakfast before I go. And that was never important to me. I would get up, go to work, and breakfast was, who needs to eat breakfast?
Well, again, it's more than that. It's all about body function. The goal for us is not to have you lose weight. The goal is to restore function.
Yes.
And as a byproduct of restoring function, you lose weight. We also did some blood chemistry today. Mm-hmm. Your cholesterol dropped by 30 points, which is tremendous, right? Mm-hmm. Your long-term sugar dropped from the A1C dropped from the 6s down into the 5s, which is awesome. Your bad cholesterol dropped. Vitamin D is up. All these different markers are up. That's awesome. So you're doing a great job.
And what I look as if I am being educated on how to take care of my body and what my body needs to be healthy.
Right.
And I would hear all the time that breakfast is the most important meal of the day for everybody. I knew that, but I was I don't eat breakfast. I'm doing fine, but I wasn't doing fine. You know, I wasn't because my body was falling apart. So now I know that my body needs breakfast.
Now, what would you tell to somebody who's listening to you, or somebody, your friends? I mean, you'd say, listen, you know what? People are maybe sitting on the fence and not really taking this seriously, and maybe I don't know if I can do it, or maybe I don't really think like I should do it. What would you say to those people who need to take care of themselves but don't?
Well, basically, I have friends who, last night, for instance, I went to gather, and my niece went to the prom, so naturally her grandmother was calling everybody. And I saw some people, friends that I hadn't seen for a while, and one of the friends was heavy. She looked at me and she said, "Wow, you lost weight." And she retired also. So I said, "What do you do every day?" She said, "Well, I go to the gym. I go to the gym every day." And she said, "But you lost weight. You go to the gym?" I said, "No, I don't go to the gym. I just do my walking." And she said, "But I go to the gym every day." So I said, "Well, what do you eat before you go to the gym? What do you eat when you leave the gym?" She said, "Well, I love my cereal. Before I go to the gym, I have my bowl of cereal." So, me being a teacher, I retired, but you know, she's a retired teacher also. So I said, "Pammy, you eat cereal? You're not supposed to be eating grains."
So now you're actually teaching once again, except in a different thing.
Yes.
But somebody who's saying, "Hey, listen, you know, I really don't think this is that important," and what would you say to somebody who doesn't think that this taking charge of your life is important?
I would tell them, and like most of my friends, they're my age and have grandchildren. Most of them are helping to raise their grandchildren. So, you know, that's a good spot to talk about with somebody. Right. So my thing is that, okay, do you want to be around to see them graduate from high school? Because most of them are in school, and they tell me, "I have to go to school and do this." That's okay. But do you want to be around to see them graduate? And so then their eyes pop over. "Oh, yeah, I do." I said, "But do you think, look at you, do you think you're going to be, if you're going to neglect yourself and do everything for them, do you think you're going to be around?" And then make them stop and think. And, you know, and they said, "Well."
Right, or what kind of condition they're going to be around in. I mean, do you want to be
you're going to go to
no
graduation,
energy, sick, yeah,
in a wheelchair?
Yeah.
That's because you're not going to be able to walk. And then make them think. They said, "No," but and they said, "Well, what are you doing? You know, you're looking good." I said, "Well, I'm eating healthy."
Right. Well, among other things, when we've certainly added some other stuff in there as well.
Yeah, but you can't tell them everything at one time.
Oh, no. Baby steps.
They get overwhelmed. So I said, "Well, I just changed my eating habits." You never say you're on a diet, because I'm not on a diet.
It's a lifestyle.
And I said, I just changed my eating habits. I just decided, and they all know my grandchildren. I said, you know, I want to make sure I'm here when Alicia graduates from high school. I say, and now she's going to college. She's talking about college. And I said, I want to go to her college graduation. I want to walk. I don't want to go to a wheelchair.
Yeah.
And they begin to think, because they have grandchildren the same age as mine. They've gone to the same school together. They make them stop and think.
Yeah.
And you leave it like that. Then they'll call you, say, "Well, tell me how how you change your eating habits." You know, so you never go on a diet. You just change your eating habits and take it from there.
Well, Betty, listen. Certainly, you're an inspiration, hopefully, to others around you, because you're actually doing it. And you know, like I said, we looked at your blood chemistry this morning, and there's some dramatic changes. So you're actually not just saying it, but the scale is showing it, right?
I feel it. You know, last year I had people come and plant my garden for me. And then when I started my garden years back, I was doing it myself, and I enjoyed it. So I'm out there. I'm doing my flowers in the front of my house, and I'm starting to do the things I enjoy doing, and it just makes me just want to work harder at taking care of my body.
Well, listen, and what we'll do is, I appreciate you spending the time with us, and we'll check in with you here in another month or so. We'll see how you're doing. Thanks, Betty.